episode? I believe it's 24. Maybe 25.
It's 20-something.
How you doing?
How you doing, Chad?
The most dynamic in podcasting.
I thought it was nice and sensual. Was it not?
I never want to hear you say that word again.
Would you not describe?
No, just.
Would you not describe me as sensual, Nick?
I prefer not
What's
to
the
describe
antonym of sensual?
What?
me.
What about when I hugged you when we were both just had towels around us? Was that sensual?
It was non-consensual, is what it was.
Non-consensual,
Hot.
if you will.
Ah. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone week's been? This is a busy podcast.
Dejan, you shit-ass host, introduce people.
Oh yeah, my name's Dejan. Just go
I'll
down.
tag in next. I'm Nick.
Okay, Ivory,
Why
look.
would you wait for me to go next? Why would both of you wait for me to go next when I'm the only one without video?
Just go down the list of people.
I'm Rafa.
Yeah.
I'm Ivory.
Discord
I'm
makes
Jack. I don't have my video on because Dejan's a bitch.
Discord makes a ready-made thing. Well, if you'd got here
Dejan was like, well, I don't have a setup for 5 panels.
Jack, I'm just gonna point this out. If you had got here 5 minutes early, I could have set this up.
I'm just going to point this out. If you had told me that you expected me to be 5 minutes early and not on time, then I would have been 5 minutes early.
I always expect.
If I see a time of arrival, I show up on time.
But we were referencing how we were going to get the podcast started at 6. So you have to be here before 6 to get it started at 6.
It doesn't matter. I was not involved in those plans. You can't blame me for your poor planning, Dejan.
There was no poor planning here. I'm doing the best I can do.
Forgot to plan for the one thing that overrides all of this, and that's autism.
Ah. How you doing, Nick? You're my good boy.
I'm coming into this podcast fucking spicy hot with you, boy.
Why?
Dejan, do you want to consult the text message you sent me and one Mr. Summers at 10 o'clock English time this morning?
Yeah?
Which was, hey, Ivory, you two doing the podcast today? Peter was like, oh yeah, sure, what time? Dejan, oh, 6 o'clock your time.
That's
Literally,
not correct.
Half four rolls around and he goes, oh yeah, guys, starting in half an hour. I'm like, what the... Big Ben over here, how do I get your time right?
I'm
More
also...
importantly, when was it ever 6 o'clock our time?
When your clocks change?
More importantly, it moves on to days I go
at 4:30.
More importantly, I turn around, I'm like, well, I'm out right now because, I thought I still had 2 hours. And Dejan was like, right, can anyone do an hour later? No, that's not an hour later. That is the time you described.
I'm also going to point out, Nick, if you ever used the podcast schedule, the thing which I put up every week, if you use that, you can use the little clock that puts it into your time. That automatically puts it in your
It's
time
very
zone.
helpful.
Yeah,
To
really
be fair,
is.
I did that, Dejan, but because of the clocks changing, I checked it yesterday. So if the clocks changed last night, then it would be different today.
Additionally, I'm going with some old school wrestling booking, and I'm just like, I like to leave my appearances as a surprise. Like, you've got your build appearances, you've like Dejan is, you've got your headliner there, but you want something a little bit spicy just to pop up, which no one knew was going to happen. A little treat on a night. You never know whether you're going to get us or not.
My favourite thing is that the only time we've ever had Kia past season, like the early episodes of season 2, the only times we've ever had Kia is when he said that he can't do it. That's the only time he's turned up, when he's put out the no.
Also, Nick, we could be rallying here. We could be turning this into something positive because Dejan has now wronged both of us. We can blame him.
Dejan.
Nick will always be
it's
loyal.
not looking good for you today, boy.
Nick will always be
Strength
loyal
and
to the Dej.
I mean, Jack, you're a ginger. Can you really wrong a ginger?
It's not difficult, actually.
You have
First of all, birthing one. That's
You
wronging a
have
ginger.
no human rights.
Some kind of rights, but they're not human ones.
How have you
Listen, even dogs have rights. Okay, so I get at least something. I get a little bit of rights as a treat.
I really enjoy that for the podcast on Twitch, it still says that you're playing Fall Guys with me.
Oh no!
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Oh no!
Not only that, when I joined the stream, you never added me to the title. And then we had like 10 minutes while we were getting set up in between rounds. Add me to the title.
Yeah.
And after Ivory left, we kept streaming for like half an hour, and it was just me and you, and you still didn't change the title.
I was really sleepy. I didn't end up sleeping last night until 10 a.m. as well.
Sleep is for the weak.
I could have stayed on. So how's your week been, Ivory? You fake gamer girl.
I've been sleeping on the futon for the past week because I've been staying up till 4 a.m. building a tree in Minecraft still. So yeah, I've been banished to the futon, and Bree complains about it every night.
Is it at least comfy?
It's so comfy.
I wouldn't be
one, I don't get punched in the face in my sleep anymore.
Benefit.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed that you came out saying that you were building a tree in Minecraft. I was just hoping you were in your back garden, like whipping up some timber. It's like it's like a Dr. Frankenstein with wood, just creating a dead creature out of its past remnants.
I have created life.
These are different kinds of tree as well, though. You got to be careful because some of the bark's a little bit thin. You don't want to use none of that silver birch, none of that shit. Like in Minecraft, nobody builds with birch.
No, it's fine. I'll just use Canadian birch trees because Canadian birch trees are superior.
I've made a few birch houses.
Well, yeah, but that's because Canada's like the Australia of America. Everything's all weird and fucky. It's like how Australia's the Australia of the UK.
I'd have said Canada's the Wales of America, to be honest.
Really? I was more thinking
Mexico
like weird animals, extreme weather conditions.
Ivory, are Canadians known for having sex with sheep?
No.
Do you fuck meese?
Do you mean... Okay, do you know how big moose are?
Oh, but I know how big meese are.
They'll be nice and roomy at least.
Yeah, climb inside it like a tauntaun.
I've seen a video of that, like survivalists sleeping inside of an animal. I mean, they cut them open. They didn't crawl through the vagina, to be fair.
I've slept inside of an animal before. It was not my best Saturday night, but
oh my god.
I will say mostly for
I'm sorry, I shouldn't call women.
Mostly for the podcast. Whenever something like disgusting is said, I always just like lock eyes with Nick. Even though we can't lock eyes together, I always just look at his reaction, just see the small parts of the light inside of him leave him.
It takes weeks at a time. It's why I'm not on every week, because like the light drains out of me during one episode, and it takes a little while to recharge.
How do you think you'll be able?
I've got to come back with some kind of hope.
Yeah. Have you started compiling your list of conversations for the P&D cast tomorrow?
Got a great one. I'm going to be much more structured than you and Peter were.
Yeah.
I've got a topic to go through,
and
that topic is conspiracy theories, and I'm looking forward to it.
Rafa, as the only person that Dejan didn't
Oh yeah.
specifically ask how your week has been. How's your week been?
I was getting around to it.
No. It's been fine. It's just a lot of work.
I like to leave Rafa till the end.
No.
Then I can properly grill her.
Rapid fire interview questions.
The last 20 minutes of every podcast I do is just breaking down Rafa.
No.
Didn't that used to be Grace, and then Grace got like accustomed to it?
Yeah.
That's why we've got Rafa now. Rafa is the new Grace. Just bully.
Bully.
So how you
I give it like 3 weeks till Rafa shows up podcasting from bed half asleep.
I mean,
Nick, I have a question for you. What color does my hair look to you?
First of all, fuck you. I go blue, but I can't really tell.
Blue and black or white?
Parts of it are blue.
Parts of it are blue, parts of it are red.
I'm like partly right, and I'll take
pink.
it.
Parts of it are pink.
Nick, hang on, Nick. When you know the dress thing, because like I'm assuming because you can see blue, it would have looked like blue and black to you, right?
Yes, it was blue and black.
Yes, right. Because I wasn't sure if you would see it slightly differently being colorblind or not, because I know it's like something to do with the lighting was making was making people see it as white and gold. It was never white and gold, by the way, Dejan. I've seen the picture of the original dress. It's blue and black. But
the weird thing is, every single time one of those things hit the internet where it's like, what color is this? Some people see this, some people see this. I always only ever see the right thing. And apparently it's something to do with colorblind people. People are really good at picking out like camouflage and shit like that. Like apparently different armies specifically go out their way to find people who have color blindness just because they can see through camouflage.
That's pretty
cool. Well, the camouflage thing makes sense because you would be able to pick out, because obviously if you can't see red, a lot of those shades of like the certain greens have like a lot of red to them. The browns and stuff have a lot of red in them. So if you can't see the red, you're just going to see it as like a weird, some other color that it's not supposed to be, at which point then you're like, oh, that's not supposed to be there. Fucking shoot it.
I'll assume that's how it works. Yeah.
I can see color. I can see color good, but I can't see any differences in shades.
Hi, Heen. I wasn't going to point out the fact that we could see movement, but then I heard coughing and I was like, we have to address this.
No, Heen, you can see your feet.
They're just...
Oh no.
If God, we're getting TOS.
You don't want a wiki feet page?
I'm being very careful.
Played Rude Sandstorm, hit them lights, and then just see which one survives.
That's how my dad used to. That's how my dad used to open his comedy sets. Is he used to have a little bit of strobe lighting, and then just like and now we've killed the epileptics.
Oh no!
Get one of those sound and light toys that they have for the deafblind kids.
Oh no!
You just toss like a flashing light.
Jack, did you have to go to?
Did you... Okay, we can make fun of blind people as much as they want. They're never going to find us.
Did you have to go to like special classes at school to teach you human emotions?
They don't teach you human emotions, Dejan.
No,
I don't know them.
I went to special classes at school to teach me. They showed me like loads of pictures that flashed in between like people crying and people laughing, and be like happy, sad, happy, sad.
They only do that if you get a childhood diagnosis.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't believe.
I was 18.
The thing is, I don't believe I've ever been diagnosed, and yet I still got that. I just got rounded. I just got corralled into the class with the rest of them.
My point is, they didn't think I was autistic until I was like 13. At which point they were still like, he might not be. He might just be a bit sensitive. So we'll see how it goes. And then my parents were like, when I was about 15 or 16, they were like, if you want to get assessed for autism, like, we're going now, because otherwise you won't be able to get it done because you'll be an adult and then you'll have to start the waiting list again.
He might just be a sensitive boy.
When you go into university, you can get it basically with like comped by the university with them.
Yeah,
that's how I got mine.
My diagnosis was just done like free. I just got basically. No. We started my diagnosis when I was like 16. It wouldn't have cost me to do it as an adult. It just would have taken 3 years longer. Because I would have had to wait until I was an adult, then start the 3-year waiting list for adults versus the 1-year waiting list for a childhood diagnosis. So I started getting diagnosed when I was like 16 or 17. And after I turned 18, they continued the diagnosis. They were basically like, we're not going to make you wait again, but we will treat it as an adult diagnosis because you've filled out all the forms for a childhood diagnosis, but it's not your fault that it took longer than we expected for it to get like done. So we'll just give you the diagnosis. I just
got brought into a room at college. A man took one look at my handwriting and went, yes, dyspraxia.
I locked the door on my conservatory so that I've got a bit of peace in here, because I know what my family are like, and someone will kick the door in like the fucking Kool-Aid guy and try and like get us to do something. And Danielle now, literally first Danielle tried to come in and just like fanny about, now I've got my brother at the door just pulling faces.
You see, I was imagining Danielle.
He just flashed his tits at us.
I was imagining Danielle standing at the window in the conservatory going, look.
That is pretty much what she did.
Oh, Nick, why does your entire family have separation anxiety?
Good question. It's something to go into. I think the interesting one for me, going back to like autism and dyspraxia and stuff like that, I wasn't told that anything about any of my diagnoses, despite the fact that I got diagnosed when I was in like year 2, which is like how old? Like 5 or 6.
Yeah, like
I was diagnosed then.
That's the year you turned 7. Turned 7 during year 2.
I turned 7 in August, so I would have been 6 when I was diagnosed. So I went from age 6 to 16, not knowing about any of my diagnoses, but I still went and had all the physiotherapy, and I still got put in the weird, like, special classes in school, and I was just like, what's going on here? Why am I here? Albeit, the physiotherapy was fucking great, because it basically meant I got to miss half a day of school every week for, like, a year.
I didn't know how fucked up I was until I was, like, the beginning of my 20s.
It was 16 for me as well, but it wasn't hidden from me. It's just like no one ever thought of like checking me, and then they were just like, "Oh no, he definitely has dyspraxia. He has all the symptoms."
Well, to be fair, for me, it wasn't that it was hidden from me. They just assumed I knew because they used to make fun of my brother for having dyspraxia so much. They were like, "Oh yeah, he's not the only one." Like, how did you not know by now? You can't throw a ball in a straight line.
So exactly, how did it feel when you went from going ha 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 and you little you know?
Oh, can I just point out that's exactly what happened? Because I used to take the ever-loving piss out of him for being dyspraxic, and I was the better child because I didn't have it. And then at 16, I was like, oh, fuck.
Vicky Ree asked, what is dyspraxia? It's like, it's a motor neuron condition that, like, it just basically, for Nick, it means that he can't do any sort of sports. For me, it means
I can do sports.
For me, it means I'm great at sports, but I can't read my own handwriting. We just have
really bad.
Dejan writes in hieroglyphics.
We just have very limited control over our bodies.
All I can think is brain go burr.
No, brain brilliant. Wrist goes bare.
Muscles go burr.
You say?
Nick's internet's gone burr.
Rafa, there's always one. It's usually Dejan.
is there anything wrong with you, or are you
I don't
like?
think so.
Is there anything wrong with you?
Just like everyone else has a story. Just.
Rafa's
there
quite
is.
literally like, what is wrong with you, Rafa?
I don't think there's anything wrong. I think I'm
Do you-
fine.
do
Surprisingly.
do you have any of the mental illnesses?
Mental
No.
illness?
I don't think so.
Is Rafa the only one of us who's fine? No, you're bisexual. No, you're pansexual. You can't be fine. There
Yeah.
has to be something wrong with you.
What has happened
Hey.
to Nick? Nick's been gone a
Mhm.
long time.
You're right. Loving woman is too much.
Ivory's panphobic.
No, my girlfriend is pan.
Ivory hates
Listen to
women.
You missed Ivory hating on the pans.
But my girlfriend
Oh.
is pan.
know,
I
I
love
hate cooking.
pansexuals. But it's one of those I feel like in society it's just assumed that if you're not straight that there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's because society is homophobic.
That is true.
We live in a society.
Also, like Vicky said, if you're friends with me, you're probably a little broken because it takes someone who's somewhat broken to be friends with me.
As Nick once said to our friend Peter, much to his
I am
chagrin,
broken.
you do know that autistic people band together. And I'm on the spectrum.
It's
Dejan's
a
on the
thing I've
spectrum.
noticed is that
But yeah, Rafa's like the one in that meme where it's like 3 people and it's like, they say that 1 in every 3 people is gay. I'm not gay. Well, I'm not gay. Looks at you. And it's Rafa's like the equivalent of that, but in reverse with like. They say 1 in every 10 people doesn't have a mental condition.
Obviously, the PMD cast is tomorrow, Nick, with me, you, and Peter. Can we just agree here right now, Peter? Like he's worse than us.
I think Nick's still not here.
No, Nick's here.
no, I'm still here. I'm here. Hello.
What? He's still loading for me.
Oh dear.
Oh, does that mean I can talk
I'm
mad
just
shit
seeing like a
about Jack?
grey thing with the.
Oh, let's
fucking
talk about how
buffalo
much I
circle.
hate ginger people.
Hang on.
Vicky, what did you say? Oh, Vicky says we're all a little gay.
I'm not on the overlay, so it doesn't matter if I disconnect.
Yeah,
Especially
no.
Jack, who's
Yeah,
like
just
5
quickly.
foot tall.
Nick,
Jack's a dictionary definition of a little gay.
Nick,
Now
Nick,
it's working.
how
Yeah, no, Nick
how does it
message.
feel? How does it feel that you're somehow usually the most straight person that you interact with?
And yet I've been getting gay jokes made about me since I was in school.
I know.
Uh,
Everyone gets gay jokes made of them in school, although you did have it worse.
I had it extremely bad.
You had it
I
more.
was just like,
You had it more than actually open gay people.
I actually find it really funny, but I got without being gay, I got a load of homophobic jokes made about me in school by people who have since ended up being gay.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
I
Yeah,
once
how does
deflect-
that
I
work?
once deflect- I once
Deflection.
deflected people
Yeah.
from finding out that one of my friends was bisexual purely by drawing all attention away from her because everyone was so busy calling me and my best friend gay.
Everyone.
But like, haha, you're gay. And then an actual bisexual person was like, God, I love women. And like, just nobody fucking bats an eyelid. She's like, oh, I'm really
women.
interested in this girl. Nobody fucking bats an eyelid. And they're like, you guys are gay. And we're like, no.
Obviously, I've explained my
Or not.
my sexual preferences. I'm not bisexual. Just like I ran out of women.
Sexual preference is just a preference for sex.
I really enjoy how Vicky in the chat is just begging for us to hate on gingers.
It happens. You don't have to ask for it.
Why?
Half a
Oh, where
plot.
do we begin?
Half a plot.
She is a ginger, so I don't know why. But Vicky, do you have a
Segregation.
punishment kink that we're not talking about?
Jack's on every
Yeah.
episode, which means that like it just keeps going back to ginger hate. Like, where Northern English, it has to happen.
Doesn't Dejan break the cycle?
I will never break a cycle of
Heights
abuse.
above.
It's gone on for so long.
The cycle.
I have respect for our... What do you call it?
For our traditions and culture.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like a cycle of abuse, but with a flat tire. Like, it still happens, it's just like full on its arse, you know?
It's my absolute favourite Reginald D. Hunter line. It's just like, I love coming to England. You don't have racism here. I mean, you just try, but gingers aren't even a race.
Fucking love Reginald D. Hunter.
Yeah, so do I.
I've got Doggo at the door.
I always forget him as one of my favourites.
Dog.
I swear.
You
Uh,
let him
my
in.
dog is a
Technically, in the UK population, there's less gingers than any actual other race. So I probably could be considered a minority if ginger was a race.
I've dated 2 gingers. I've done my time.
I dated one. Wasn't a good experience. That's why I hate gingers. Jack, you're getting the fucking boot for that.
Nick.
Hey, I'm a ginger man. There's a difference.
We dated the same one. Nick.
You can say that for a lot of my exes.
Nick, there's a classic code that you have to understand. Ginger women will break your heart. Ginger men
are just
receive
grateful.
Heartbreak. It's how it works. It's how it works.
Here's the thing.
It's an Ivory.
Some of the best sex I have ever had has been from gingers. Like,
Gingers have had a pretty fucked up life, learned some interesting shit. Yeah, please confirm.
We're into degradation because we've just been insulted all our lives. To be fair, actually, I think it would probably go the other way. I feel like I'm like any crumb of praise, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Let's be real. It must be amazing having like a degradation kink and being ginger, because just every day of your life, it's just fulfillment.
To be fair, Nick, I've thought about this. This is kind of the opposite of that point. I've thought about this a lot. There are people with like quite big penises that are into SPH, small penis humiliation. Like imagine just the complete disconnect of having an 8-inch dick. No. Like it's just the thing I've thought about a lot. Just like imagine having an 8-inch dick, but being just like, tell me it's small. Tell me how pathetic it is.
8 inches, I would even buy you from Subway.
I don't sell it at Subway.
Matt, you know what? What's your guys' weirdest kink?
SPH. But it doesn't work very well because of my 8-inch penis.
I don't have any weird kinks.
I don't think so either.
I don't have time for kinks. It'd be fun if I had the time. I just don't anymore.
Don't have the time. Nick's like that.
Nick,
that classic meme where it's like while you were watching anime, I was studying the blade.
Nick, I don't believe that for a second.
I'm out in my garden with a katana like a cool dude.
No way could sex that loud not be kinky.
Let's just ignore that.
I'm sorry, what?
Are we playing a classic game of let's pretend Dejan didn't say a thing?
Basically, yes.
Hit new board game. Roll the dice.
To be honest,
You get higher than a 6, Dejan will say something he regrets.
It's like Snakes and Ladders for this podcast. Sometimes you hit a ladder and it's just a nice segue which goes into a long-running topic. Sometimes it's a snake and Dejan says something incredibly awkward and we all just pretend he didn't say it.
Hey.
Sometimes it's a snake and Dejan whips out his cock.
Dejan gives, Dejan takes away.
That was the early episodes. Come on now.
Yeah, nobody's seen my dick in months now, apart from Heen.
And Heen can
confirm. Nick hasn't recently, to be fair.
Nick just
When was
sees
the
it.
elephant picture?
Nick just sees it
When was the
constantly.
elephant picture posted?
Like October, November.
October.
Yeah.
Like 5 months.
Yeah, it was October.
Oh, Raph is there.
Yeah.
Raph is a
See it into a
historian.
memory like a fucking brand.
I'm aware it's October because I pulled up the welcome page thing on my server the other day, and like the day that all the PWAP people joined is just there.
I've just thought Vicky
Like 6 people joined.
Vicky Ree has no idea what the elephant is.
No.
No.
Vic need to learn what the elephant is.
Go back and listen to the old episodes if you want to know. We're not doing this bit again. We've done it like 7 times.
Episode 4.
We've done enough of this bit to play it like every day of the week. We've brought it up enough now on the podcast that you could play an episode of PWAP every day of the week and have enough elephant mentions.
I'm sorry. Fucking Garfield. But Pamela Anderson wasn't mentioned.
Pamela Anderson sex trafficking. Yes.
Well, yeah, hang on. I haven't brought that up recently. You have just perpetuated the cycle of Garfield, Pamela Anderson.
I love.
Okay, hold on, Vicky.
I love that you could tell that we said perpetuating the cycle of abuse earlier. That sentence that Jack said wouldn't have happened if we hadn't said that. I love when stuff like that happens.
I'm just gonna DM Vicky and explain the elephant to her.
No,
Make sure you spell it
make
out
it
funny.
listen to Spotify. We're
The
on
worst part
Spotify.
is I can't make lasagna anymore without thinking about Pamela Anderson.
You just put that
You've
lasagna
ruined
in
an
the
Italian
oven.
dish for me.
What I
Put that lasagna in the oven. And you're just like, oh.
Nick, it could be worse. You could be watching a
Baywatch.
You could be watching a nature documentary, seeing an elephant going, no.
He's looking at elephant. I'll never look an elephant in the eyes again.
Looking at that elephant going, my trunk isn't long enough. Okay.
It was a nice.
Trunk is suspiciously grey.
It was a nice dick pic.
Yeah, it just happened to have an elephant in MS Paint drawn over
Dejan,
it.
how come he didn't end up on this episode of the podcast, by the way?
Well, because
Sleepy.
She's sleepy.
There.
Unfortunately, we had to put it back an hour because of someone, so she was too sleepy.
So eventually we had to put it back how long? How long? No, we put it on time. We put it when Dejan said it was going to be. Motherfucker.
You had to put it back an hour because Dejan said the wrong time.
Oh.
This is what Dejan does. He pulls rank. He pulls rank and claims that everyone else is causing problems.
I guess
usually it's true because it's usually me that he's doing it with. But
I gaslit
tried
Heen
it one too
today,
many
actually,
times
yeah.
now.
I gaslit Heen today. That was pretty fun. She told me to
Tell
fast.
you couldn't hear her.
No, she.
By the way, can anyone hear Jack right now?
That's
No,
racist. I'll have you know that I'm ginger. That makes me a minority.
I'm assuming Jack's talking mad shit right now, but I can't hear him.
So
Honestly.
I can see
I
Ivory laughing,
explained.
so I know my sound hasn't cut, Nick.
Oh, I'm not laughing at Jack. I'm laughing because I
That's a
I
fucking
explained
PWAP
the
tagline.
elephant. I explained the elephant. God, I explained the elephant to Vicky, and I just got okay. But is it a good dick?
Is it?
Look, I've
Is
got
it
my
Ivory?
confirmation that
Dejan,
it?
get it out. Let's find out. And on the board. Dejan, let's see the world.
Let's Pete Wentz it. Let's Pete Wentz it. It's not a bad dick.
Oh.
So, for those of
I've
you who
seen
don't-
worse. I've seen worse.
Oh. It was when I just turned 18 as well. It's barely legal.
Oh
To be
no.
fair, Ivory, if you didn't say seen worse, then Dejan would probably get too excited because he's got that.
He's into it.
SK.
You should have just said, oh, it's a bit too small, and Dejan would have just been like, you what?
Rafa, should we talk about the man who hit on us at the same time?
Oh my god.
So this man on Discord added me as a friend, and I was like, "Who is this person?" I'm like, "Oh, they know Rafa. Maybe they're chill." And then he sends this message introducing himself, and he's like, I'm an engineer, which is the sixth sexiest career a man can have.
He sent us both the same thing.
The exact same opener with like a fucking script, and he's like,
Yeah. Okay, so it's like, here's the 30-second or less version. Start your timer. I'm an engineer, the sixth sexiest career a man can have, according to FetLife. A humble 6'11". I can boil up a mean organic SpongeBob-shaped mac and cheese. Pretty strong wedding dancer crasher. Always open to trade memes. Curious? Message me and I'll take it from there. And he messaged that thing to both me and Rafa, and then the next day he sent me a dick pic.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really uncomfortable
it a
with you
good
guys
dick?
sharing I'm really uncomfortable with you guys sharing what happens in the DMs on the podcast. Like, those DMs are between us.
But
The story.
was it a passable dick, or is it disappointing based on the message you sent?
He's really clingy.
Mm.
I just want to say that this story that Ivory said was yeah, he sent us both a message, and he was like, oh, you were like, oh, he's added Rafa, so he must be chill, and I'm like, this is gonna sound like, out of context, this sounds suspiciously like me. You just described me, and then you're like, oh, he's an engineer, and I'm like, all right, that's where you lose me.
Also, I'm just gonna throw it out here. It's not okay to send unsolicited dick pics. Don't be a dick.
Unless you send it to me.
I send
He offered
solicited always.
Unsolicited dick pics is Dejan's kink, so go nuts with him.
I'm
Don't go
a little
nuts, go dick.
disappointed because he offered to be my sugar daddy, but I haven't received any money yet. So
What is
What a
it?
bitch.
What is it with PWAP and pay pigs?
Oh dear. When am I getting my pay pigs? Technically, Twitch streamers just have like a massive rotation of pay pigs when you think about it. When you think about it, really, like a Twitch streamer's subscribers are just like a big rotation
Yeah,
of pay
oh,
pigs.
Dejan, tell Heen I say hi. I want a reaction.
Nick says hi, Heen.
Jesus,
She went like this.
What is that?
What does that mean?
It was the wave?
sleepy
Making a
wave.
He's making a tiny bowl of soup.
Well,
it's like Ratatouille.
She
It's like
can't.
Ratatouille.
She can't make a big bowl of soup. Where would?
This is why Dejan
Shall I
has
fall
Heen.
in?
When he goes to cook, he just like sits her on his shoulders. And...
Actually,
What did Dejan get thrown at him there?
a little
When you
bubble.
think about it, right? Doesn't Dejan, if Dejan was like had really short hair, do you not think he'd look a bit like the critic from Ratatouille? With the glasses and the nose, like. I'm just thinking about Ratatouille now, and I've just looked at Dejan and gone, he looks a bit like the critic. Like, get him in a turtleneck, and then like
I'm just
shave
European.
his head.
Can I just say, Ratatouille would be much more entertaining if a rat had a cook fetish and was controlling a chef to fuck his wife.
Is rat wife?
That's not what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen in Ratatouille too. Also,
No, it's
additionally,
Ratatouille.
I've already
Is-
suggested
Is the wife a
Ratatouille
woman
2.
or a rat?
Ratatouille 2 Ratatouille should indeed be about a case of the Black Death which hits Paris after it turns out that rats have been cooking in all of its kitchens. I want like post-apocalyptic Paris where Remy's fucking his wife, puppeting some chef, while everyone else around him dies of bubonic plague.
I really like how you said that. It was very like rappery, post-apocalyptic Paris.
Yeah, spitting hot bars over here like the
fucking Nick's the
white
next
middle-aged male that I am.
Nick's the next big fucking grime star.
The next,
He's
he's
the
the next little T. He's the next So Vaspin.
Oh,
The next corpse husband?
Oh,
He doesn't do grime.
Star.
He does goth.
Like semi-screamo.
Have you not been introduced to grime, Ivory?
Yo, yeah, start the bit. No.
I'm gonna. Oh.
No,
No,
please
you
don't.
I feel like Dejan's gonna go with Sylph Aspen as an introduction to grime, which is a fucking crime in its own right. Because unless it's Dave or Stormzy, you're just doing the entire genre dirty.
I mean,
Got murked by Little T. Now you're getting murked by me.
I mean, I was gonna say man's not hot.
Well,
Big Shaq.
Big Shaq's great, but obviously comedy. But obviously that's a banger of a song. So I mean, send it away anyway. It doesn't matter whether it's grime or
Take
not.
off your jacket. I said, babes, man's not hot.
Sorry, that's the whitest thing I've ever been involved in. Dejan just William Shatner style spoken word album. Man's not hot.
I said, babe, man's not hot. Never hot. I tell them man's not hot.
Oh.
King goes skra.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. And a boom boom.
I can't believe it's only taken 45 minutes for the podcast just to turn into Jack and Dejan making unlegible noises. It's only taken 45 minutes. That's how long.
Imagine
And there
William
was
Shatner
Dean
saying
just
the
throwing
word.
a pay pig across the room.
Imagine William Shatner in his like spoken word, just saying the line of saying like the uckers, saying the word uckers. It's just the word. Just I could just imagine him just going like, when the ting went quack quack quack.
You see, as a Star Trek fan, it really impresses me how much William Shatner hates the only thing he's famous for.
Yeah.
Like, it's really impressive. It's like CM Punk levels of like hating the thing that people only care about you for. I can't think of many other people who just outright hate the one thing that made them relevant.
To be
Maybe
fair,
Logan Paul and Suicide Forest, but that's a different topic.
Nick, are you still low gang for life?
Oh, always, you know.
That
No, the worst
alien
thing about-
hat, man.
So the worst thing about that entire time period was the fact that I was teaching kids in the age demographic that the polls appeal to, who would just not stop making fucking references to the polls while I'm trying to do my whole thing. And it's just like, shut up, fuck off. I don't want to hear about London is my city. I don't want to hear Logang one more time out your fucking mouth. Just fucking do as I say.
No, it wasn't London is my city. It's England is my city.
England is my city.
The
Yeah,
thing
that,
is-
whatever. Fuck you. Don't. Stop. No.
The thing
Are
that
you
always
saying?
made
Are
me
you
laugh about
saying?
that is people made fun of Nick Compton for that, and were like, "Oh, England is your city." What the fuck? But I'm pretty sure he meant he was from New England, America.
No.
Like,
He's
called America.
He's explained it on a podcast that literally just like he thought it was a rap thing because he wasn't involved in the writing. He thought it was just like a rap thing to say that somewhere is your city. And like that could be a country. Well, that was just a rap thing. That was his explanation for it.
He's not even English.
I don't know.
Is he even English? I'm pretty sure
He
he's
is
not. I'm
English.
pretty
No,
sure
he
he's
is English.
American.
He is English. He is English.
Is he?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure though.
He doesn't
I
sound
watched
like it
I watched
in
the Shane
video.
I watched
Maybe
the
it's
Shane
been too long
Dawson
since I watched it.
documentary.
Oh, you watched a documentary by a nonce. Somehow I probably wouldn't trust that information.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna say this. Nonce or not, they don't lie about everything.
don't lie
Pedophiles
about a lot of
sometimes
things,
tell
though.
the truth.
Yeah, like how Jimmy Savile still raised a lot of money for charity. He also just did on kids the entire time.
Jimmy Savile was very honest. He said he was the scourge of playgrounds across England. He said that on Have I Got His View once, by the way.
Sorry, my fiance's just at the door distracting me.
Oh.
No, how can he be the scourge of playgrounds across England when he wasn't allowed within 50 feet of one?
Well, because he was never caught. Never punished.
That's true.
Anyway,
Probably because he stayed away from all those
Anyways.
playgrounds.
Ivory, Rafa, who are your favourite paedophiles?
I don't know. I
That's
don't think
Dejan.
I know any. Alright.
The only one I know is my biological father.
No.
That's darker than I thought this was gonna go.
Mine's Dan Avidan from Game Grumps, who isn't a paedophile at all, but people have decided he is one, so now I can say that.
Oh, Dan, we love him. He's
Remember,
great.
you remember like a week ago when everyone was like, Dan Avidan's a groomer?
Yeah,
Because like
that
a
one seemed
fan
bit
messaged
weird.
him before she turned 18 to ask him to say happy 18th birthday to her, and then 5 years later he fucked her backstage. Not maybe the tiniest, but it's not even abuse of power really, because that's just like,
What?
you go backstage with the intention of being fucked usually. But like,
Also, what's
there was-
the point of having power without the
wasn't there
abuse?
screaming? John, you just described S&M. Good job.
So many YouTubers that I would let rail me behind a dumpster.
Right? It's like everyone's
on,
like
Ivory.
everyone's like oh, Dan's not a groomer. He's just like just abused his power. He didn't even fucking abuse his power. He just fucked someone. You go to a man whose entire career is based around fucking having sex with lots of women, and like it's his entire persona, and then like don't expect him to pump and dump you. Like that's his fucking like gimmick. And then you're like, I wonder if this man's going to text me back tomorrow. No.
If I was,
Not only did you pay, you paid to go and fuck him.
It's like
a very expensive prostitute that only one person. It's like a prostitute lottery. Like everyone has to pay, and only one person gets the sex. Two if it's a particularly rowdy show.
If I was in trouble for evacuating after ejaculation, like I'd be in jail.
I'm a chameleon in it.
I sometimes didn't even. I was sometimes out the door before it even landed.
John hit the door before the cum hit the floor.
You've never had a one night stand, Nick. You met your girlfriend at
No.
16 and then
I met my fiance at 16, got together at 17,
I forgot about that.
and then I've been fucking monogamous ever since.
I mean, it would be pretty surprising if you took this moment and be like, nah, cheat on her every weekend.
That would be one way to reveal it. I mean,
It's
I
only
also-
every other weekend. It's the weekend where he's not on PWAP.
that's
That's
the
why,
secret. I
he's
actually have a second family. The only difference is that I'm the wife.
He's out on a Friday night every week, just getting railed behind a dumpster with Ivory by fucking I don't know,
Denny's car park. Yeah.
Jacksepticeye or somebody.
That's
Oh
how
God,
Nick met the Canadians.
Please, that man is delicious.
It's just gonna show up and be like, top of the morning to you.
Ding, ding, ding! Top morning!
Do you think he's at top of the morning or at bottom of the morning?
That man's a top. He
What's-
better be a top.
What's the weirdest thing that you've ever
You
had?
hope he's a top.
What's the weirdest thing that you've ever had on whilst having sex?
The weirdest
clothes?
thing?
Yeah. The strangest thing.
Stranger Things. That's a bit noncy to watch Stranger Things during sex.
Oh, a hoop skirt. I got fucked in my Ariel cosplay once, and I had a hoop skirt on.
No,
I mean like videos.
It's like a show or like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was doing a bit when I said clothes. That wasn't actually the question.
I once.
Oh, I thought that as well.
I once. It was actually the woman lost her virginity while this was happening. Like we were playing Sonic the Fighters until seconds before. So it was just like the soundtrack from Sonic the Fighters.
No, you want Sonic Heroes. You want Sonic Heroes. Just want to get to that title screen and like it just loops back around as well. So you just get that Sonic Heroes, Sonic Heroes.
then second is probably
crash without a sound.
second is probably Achievement Hunters mini golf let's plays.
I've had
Trying to
BBC
think.
News on in the background before. That's a grim experience.
I've got a question for you guys that are in relationships. In your relationship, are you the Unis or the Anas?
I don't get.
No,
I don't.
think
I
about
don't,
that.
I just
don't-
wanted to see Ivory lose her shit.
I don't get this. I don't get this Gen Z humor.
You never will, because it's gone forever.
It doesn't exist. It wasn't a thing. There's no proof.
Okay,
It no
I'll
longer
explain what
exists.
I'll explain what it was for Dejan. For a year, every day, Markiplier and Crank Gameplays had like a collaborative channel, and they would upload a video every day.
Mm.
And they announced at the start of it that at the end of the year they would be deleting every video all at once, completely terminating the channel. And then they did like a big live stream on the last day. It was like a 12-hour stream or something, and then they deleted like the entire channel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they were like, if anyone posts re-uploads of the videos or anything, will be like copyright striking. Like we never copyright strike anyone who uses our content, but if you re-upload Unis Anas specifically, then we will like copyright strike you or like ask YouTube to take it down because we specifically don't want it up anymore. We would prefer if people don't download and keep the videos after thing. Like the point of it is to sort of let it go at the end of the project. I only ever watched like 7 videos.
Wow, Nick, the lights went down so quickly at yours.
Yeah, it's sunset really happened. Really, the sun
Like,
did that thing where it went down.
It's just funny how much like your video quality has like degraded suddenly, and I looked down at you and was like, fucking hell.
Favorite Unis Honest video is probably when they painted each other naked.
Oh, I like that
I only
one.
watched like 7 of them.
I
The
never watched
only
them.
one that I specifically remember is the escape room one and the one where they were like jumping around like horses, but like.
Oh yes, they were trying to be a horse girl.
I don't watch Markiplier. I think he seems like an alright man, but I can't be asked for.
He's a pretty good dude.
He's really hot.
Nah, I don't really like Asians.
He just throws a
Dude,
box at the back of his head during.
Daejeon, you're engaged to one.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes them.
It's like-
Daejeon's friends with me. That doesn't mean he likes me.
That's like me saying, I hate women when 1, I am a woman, 2, I'm dating a
Well,
woman.
to be fair,
Well,
I am with a
easy to
woman,
say,
and
I hate
I
women and also be one.
yeah,
No, that's you know what that's called. It's
I
called
hate you
internalized
too.
misogyny.
Vicky has a thing for Asians.
as fucking Jim Jeffries said it perfectly. I can't fuck something I respect.
Is that why you're also interested in men, Daejeon?
That's why Dejan's a bottom.
I
That's
fuck
why
everyone.
I love Nestle Crunch.
Actually, Dejan respects Heen an awful lot, and it's why he's into pegging.
He doesn't respect Daejeon. That's why she's into pegging. She follows the same code.
Dejan, can you ask Heen to clarify that, just to make sure it's true?
She's
We are only a source for truths on here.
She's asleep now.
Daejeon
Wake
is the
her up,
bottom,
we
now
need to
we're
know.
here.
He would be so angry.
That's even better. I just love when we go
her
into
middle
Among Us
finger.
very rarely, and I
gonna-
love when we
she's gonna
very
toss-
rarely do Among Us, and Heen just absolutely hates me.
Oh yeah, he 100% hates you, Nick. She really, which is pretty
It's
amazing.
taking time and effort to build that hate.
Which is pretty amazing. Just like I wouldn't class you as a hateable person, but like my sister, my ex-girlfriend, my ex-fiance started bullying you. Ian hates you on Among
Wait,
Us.
your sister hates me.
Nah, but you
Dejan.
just have that sort of relationship though.
Has he never threatened to throw you into a punji pit?
Like-
and if not, why not?
I don't know what a punji pit is. Nick, but like What?
Google it. They're dangerous.
when I sent you that thing, he's like, "Oh, do I have to?" I sent that to Nicole, and then he's like, "Tell him he can go fuck himself." Never liked him anyway. The rat.
She called me a rat. Little shit.
She calls everyone a
I'm
rat.
gonna cyberbully you now.
She doesn't believe in the moon.
Friends look like they were drawn by the Viz. Next question.
I believe in the moon. Every night I look out of the window and say, "You can do it."
Do you believe in ghosts?
Ugh.
More importantly, I think they need to believe in themselves. My favorite Ted Lasso line.
Spooky.
The moon can't believe in itself because it doesn't have a brain for which
Nick,
to
do
believe.
you think your fiance respects you?
Good question. I'll ask her later.
You ask her later and she
That's
just...
right now.
You ask her later and she just... No, he doesn't want to ask her now because she'll just spit in her face like, "Shut up." How dare you
Fuck you, get back in
directly...
the conservatory.
How dare you directly talk to me?
I told you to speak when spoken to. Give me the
The
belt.
ironic part is I'm into it, and it's why we've got on so well.
That's Danielle.
We're buying a house together. That's been a week.
Yeah, that is exciting. I can't believe
It's kind of crazy.
I can't believe I have a friend who's part of the landed gentry.
It's,
What did I tell
what
you
I
about
can't believe
playing
more.
RuneScape after 6?
Dejan, I'm going to tell you now, the number of times me dad has made jokes saying that you're going to end up back in the UK and living as my lodger, and we've only had an offer in for this house for a few days.
I can't wait for that.
He's
Nick.
convinced you're basically going to end up being the Joey Tribbiani to my Chandler.
It's going to be like the Doctor Who episode where Matt Smith shows up above James Corden's house and just appears and just vibes for a bit.
Nick, should I tell you what I love about that? It's like 100% believe it. I can 100% imagine it. But also, I know how much Danielle would hate it. Like, it would literally take you just like, "Danielle, I ask for nothing. He can be my Christmas and birthday present."
Nah, I've got a big fucking shed in this new house, so I mean, all I have to do is insulate that and stick a camping bed in there.
I'm gonna be a shed man.
Just whack a chain round his neck, Shaun of the Dead style. Give him a games console.
I'll stick a TV in there, a laptop, and a webcam, and he can continue making plap.
And we sat there like, "Hey guys, we've got a new green screen up today so that you can't see the walls of the shed that I'm in. I mean..."
Danielle, I'll walk him every day.
Can we keep him, please? He's a stray. I know, but I want...
He's a mongrel, he can't be put
fleas.
on show.
He's a half-breed and he's got fleas.
I can't.
He hasn't been
He's not
certified.
purebred.
It's okay as long as we neuter him. We can't go having Dejan babies running around the house.
Where did he even come from? Kosovo? Send him back. I can't. It's not there anymore.
I can't. It's too racist. You keep talking like that, you end up making an editorial for the Daily Mail.
It actually is. I came as a refugee. Send me back.
Vicky says probably has rabies.
Yeah, probably.
I have been described as rabid once or
patient
twice.
0 for rabies.
It's actually patient 1 because he just happened to stumble across the wrong girl that was into biting.
Oh, I've been bitten a few times.
A few times. Isn't that how people say they've like had a hard life? Like, "Oh, I've been bitten a few times. I've been around the track."
I once had a scar here because of a woman.
I
There for like 2 weeks. You know this woman, Nick. Which narrows it down.
Do I know this woman?
She went to university with you.
I'm upset.
Then I guess it does narrow it down if I don't know.
But I already know which one it is then.
Uh,
Yeah, You may as well have just said ex-fiance
I know.
and got
I
it
should
over
have
with.
just said ex-fiance, but like I wanted to see you slowly realize.
What had
Oh
all
God, I gotta-
these scars.
I got a Facebook message from my ex-fiance the other night.
Oh my god! What did they say?
They want me to be a reference for them so that they can come back to Canada.
That's pretty.
Do you want them in Canada?
No. No. The UK can have him. I don't want him.
I like Rafa.
You don't want him either.
I like that you've fulfilled the role that I like of just like chipping in every so often, but it being great inputs. Fucking, do you want him in Canada? I like that. I don't know why.
Nick's getting too bold now, so Ivory has to be the reserved one who occasionally pops in with a good quip.
No, it's
I don't
more
want him-
Nick's confident that we can hear him now.
Yeah, it is that.
You know, Nick should be seen and not heard.
See, with my ex-fiance, I would rather not have him anywhere at all. I'd rather him be in the ground.
No.
Sorry, my light just fell. than alive. But
Unfortunately,
murder's
we
a-
haven't
I don't
developed the technology to make
is
a
frowned
half
upon in
human,
Canada.
half mole.
I mean, you can
Haven't
do it,
developed
they
the
just
technology
don't
to make
appreciate
a
it.
half mole,
I don't.
half mole, half human hybrid. So we won't have him in the ground, unfortunately.
I don't.
Oh, no. I want him dead.
Oh, do you want a dead mole? That's just really weird.
I just want to say, for future reference, when Netflix makes a documentary about this murder, I had nothing to do with it.
And when Netflix makes a documentary about a
Imagine
dead
if-
half mole, half human, me and Nick were in no way involved. I definitely didn't do. Nick does the science. I'll do the stabbing.
Where did the mole people start?
The ground, probably.
You look ginger in this light, Nick.
Just no sell that. Just no
Yeah,
sell that. So
Yeah, I was noticing.
I
I was
noticed
gonna
that
say
as well.
something.
Yeah, this light's giving me real ginger vibes. Like,
Oh no.
I turned it down. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
if he had a worse face, he would have looked very much like.
Oh my
Ed
god!
Sheeran.
Oh my god, Nick! You look like you look like you're about to be like murdered by a ghost. It's fucking Blair Witch
Yeah,
That's funny
Project.
because I am about to be murdered by a ghost. Tonight's the night it all ends, baby.
The ghost of the half mole, half human.
Oh. You look like you're in the fucking Blair Witch Project.
He's back and
I
he's
mean-
digging for trouble.
Oh, does anyone else remember that really, really bad movie that it was I think it was called Unfriended or something, and it was like
Yeah.
I love that movie. I actually legitimately like that movie.
Oh god, Nick's
I
gonna go
thought
put
it
his
was
hand in the
Talking about
blender.
how
Oh god,
great
oh,
that
fuck.
movie was last night.
Unfriended's brilliant.
Imagine how much funnier Unfriended would be if they did it over Discord, but like in a call where no one had the video on. So no one can see what's happening. And like someone's like, oh god, oh fuck, I put my hand in a blender. Oh guys, you can't see it, but it really hurts.
You mean like a radio play?
Almost, except for the fact that it would be like a video thing, but you'd only be able to see like one person's feed, and it'd just be the one person who's like confident enough to have their camera on, and everyone else is just sat there. Some people have got muted mics. One of them dies with the mic muted and just never turns the mic back on.
I like
Oh, that
He's
would
got a
be
profile
you.
picture that's just like a fucking monkey.
Unfriended. Unfriended was a good video. Was a good movie.
Mm,
It
Jack-
tried something different. at least.
Windy.
I can't be bothered.
Windy.
I can't be.
Fucking windy.
Should I tell you what the worst? Should I tell you what the worst horror movie is? Sleepaway Camp.
I don't
It's-
know, I've heard it's decent.
I mean, it's boring. Ah, transphobic.
Boring. Oh, she's got a cock.
Yeah.
Okay, there
Clearly,
was
You've never heard of a film called The Greenskeeper.
What happened in the Greenskeeper?
Oh, okay. So that was a horror movie from 2002,
Need
in
to look up the
which
name of this movie.
basically teenagers are murdered with a variety of different gardening equipment. It's pretty great and terrible.
That sounds pretty good, to be fair. It sounds like
Is anyone killed by a hoe?
B movie.
What's that? What?
Is anyone killed by a hoe?
Potentially, actually, the final kill in the movie happens where, in true action movie style, the Greenskeeper opens his pair of shears and throws them like a ninja star across a golf course, hitting a blonde lass running away in the spine and murdering her instantly.
Nice. I stand by the fact that the best gardening tool related kill in anything is, in 1982, Dead Alive / Brain Dead, depending on what country you're from. Peter Jackson directed, as in, yes, that Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson. And there's a scene in it. I won't give away how it happens, but basically there's a very creative use of a lawnmower against a fuck ton of zombies. If you want to see it, look it up, because it's worth watching it rather than having it described. But like,
I'll hazard a guess. Do they drive over it?
No, it's not a seated lawnmower, Dejan. It's just a lawnmower, like a.
There's a question for you. The Walking Dead. They spend so many series running from zombies. Not once have they found a farm with a combine harvester. I feel like that would have ended all of their worries. You can just mow through like a crowd of 100 with them. Like,
the thing is, Nick, that wouldn't have ended their worries. And you know why? Because season 3 of The Walking Dead, they had massive walls. The zombies couldn't fucking touch them. And you know what happened? Some cunt rolled a tank through the wall. They were fine. And then the governor shows up with his stupid zombie daughter, and he's like, today I will roll tank through wall. And Rick's like, please don't. And he was like, but what if I did, though?
Nick, if
so they catch the flu and they just start instantly dying.
Nick, if you had a brand new combine harvester, would you give me the key?
I want to know how many people other than me, Jack, and Dejan understood that. Which basically means Ivory, Rafa.
I've got a brand new
did you get that reference?
No.
There we go.
You've never heard the hit song,
here's the
I've
thing,
got a
though,
brand
Dejan.
new combine harvester and I'll give you the key.
Here's the thing, Dejan. I've got a brand new combine harvester. And I'll give you the key.
Rafa, everyone okay?
Yeah.
I think you sang part of it, and I'm pretty sure that you just unlocked memories that I forgot that I had.
We get a communal combine harvester and give us all keys.
Also, I wanted to mention bad horror movies. So this movie was never actually released, but they made a trailer for it. It's called Handjob Cabin, and essentially a ghost gives you a hand job till you die, but it's a bad hand job because her hands are calloused and there's no lotion.
I'm gonna say that's what I'm gonna call Nick's. That's what I'm gonna call Nick's new shed when I move in.
He's actually going to get a little sign made for on the door. Except then, shortly afterwards, he dies from a terrible hand job.
He's going to begin constructing the cabin in the woods, like underground lair thing. Just all the fucking monsters. You go and you're like, "You're right, Dejan," and he's just like, "Yeah, don't look down the stairs, by the way." It's just this massive fucking crab or some shit.
I'm gonna add it as a location on Google Maps.
Cabin.
How much do you think Daniel would hate me living with you?
I don't think it's possible to put into words.
Do you think there's any of your friends that you'd prefer less?
See, this is now making me try and work out how few friends I still have.
The thing is, me and Danielle get on, but like, we're friends. But like, she does not like me and you together. No one likes me and you
Much
together.
in the same way Heen doesn't like me and you together either.
To be fair,
There's too much trouble. We're bad influences on each other.
Yeah.
She only doesn't like that because she's jealous of the special bond between the boys.
That too.
I love that he just said, like, and you know Nick will follow you.
Bold about it or assume, but I'm not going to start a bit that Dejan won't follow.
Oh, she really was angered by you and me.
I just recognize a bit when I see one, and I'm happy to go with the bit. It's improv comedy 101. Yes, and Dejan's gonna kill Heen in the middle of a fucking cafeteria, and no one else is gonna see, and turns to me and goes, "Nick, it's funnier if no one saw." Yes, and let's go with it.
I've always found yes and really funny because it's like it's like it sounds so passive aggressive when you say it out of context.
Yeah.
Like yes and
what
I'm just
I enjoy
slightly distracted by the subtle blue glow in the back of Nick's video that I'm like,
There is.
man, that looks like a ghost. It's about to, like, I'm expecting it to move and just murder Nick right now.
Ghost right here.
This is a fucking
Yep.
Right here.
This all becomes very chilling if Nick dies tonight. It's like
Oh no.
I actually worked out what it was. It's because there's a little blue light right next to my webcam. So I've just got a little blue glow right here.
Ah.
Either that, or I'm just turning Super Saiyan and it's my aura.
I had that problem last week when I had my video. Like the camera was slightly behind my phone stand, like the corner of my phone stand. There was like a tiny little black box in the corner of my phone. I just had to like nudge it a little bit to the left so that the camera was out of the range again.
Do you remember?
Dejan bullied me into turning my camera off today. He told me I'm an ugly cunt and shouldn't have my video
Oh,
on.
it's just like, Jack, I'm sick of you costing us viewers.
I'm
So it's
sick.
just like, Jack, you're so ginger, the light reflecting off your skin is just blinding the audience. Fucking turn your camera off.
You ginger and they click away. I'm sorry.
The 3 viewers that we have where I'm one of them, and I'm pretty sure that Jack is one of them, and then I think we have Vicky.
Every now and again, I jump into the chat.
I'm pretty sad. I'm pretty sad. And if you have it muted, you don't get counted towards viewers.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's 3 viewers. Yeah. Vicky is one of them, and that's all we know.
We pretty consistently get free. We really do. We do okay.
Unless Vicky died. I don't know. We haven't heard from her for a while. Slightly concerned.
Last thing she said was Dejan's a freak. Which, you know.
Dejan is a freak, to be fair.
I've been called a freak of nature many a time.
He a freak, huh?
Who's the weirdest?
When we used to swim together, I used to call you the human teabag.
Yeah, I know. I'm a real
dissolves in water.
I'm a real tough man, but when I'm in water, it's my weakness. It's my kryptonite.
Actual bath bomb, he just starts dissolving away.
Oh, what? Nick's allergic to Lush.
I am.
Nick's allergic to fucking bath bombs and shit. I've always had like intrusive thoughts of turning to swimming, wrapping myself in bath bombs, and becoming fucking the nicest smelling terrorist.
It's like a suicide vest, except the only person that dies is Nick.
Everyone else just has fun.
I could become the bath bomber.
Everyone else just enjoys the pretty colours.
The bath bomber.
I almost killed my girlfriend the other day. She's allergic to mangoes, and No, so we ordered bubble tea, and she wanted a peach green tea, and I accidentally ordered a lychee mango green tea, and she's allergic to mangoes, and she sat there and she drank like half of it, and she's sitting there going, I wonder why I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a bit of an indicator.
I'm very allergic to mold, which I fucking love, because it's just like the second anything gets dirty, I'm just like, someone else's job.
You find out you're allergic to mold by just giving up.
I'm a man made for not doing anything. I have dyspraxia. I don't know how to do laundry. I could be killed by mold.
This is why Dejan's a Twitch streamer, because he has no other feasible life skills besides teaching.
There's no other way
all
he can contribute.
All teaching is just Twitch streaming but acoustic.
Oh, I will say 100%. Like, when I walk into class now, I go like, "Hello, class. How you doing?
How you doing, class?"
Do they reply?
Yeah, they're all just like, "We're good." No, they say, "I'm fine." It's all they ever say.
Then a couple of the kids go, "I'm pretty poggers."
They've been trained. They've had it. They've literally had it beaten in them to only ever say, "I'm fine." Fine, thank you,
Dejan's going to
and
end
you.
his class. He's going to end his class with, right? Thanks for coming, class. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch at Podcast Without a Purpose.
If you go back far enough, you'll be able to hear us talking about my penis. It's very appropriate.
You don't have to go back very far to hear us talking about Dejan's penis, Nick.
You
Yeah,
talked
about
about
it
it
today.
today.
I remember.
We talked about it about 40 minutes ago.
I remember when we were. I was hired by a major online company, and they wanted me to promote things. They wanted us all to promote things on our Twitter. So I was like, I don't think you want me to promote on my Twitter. I don't think you want my Twitter and your brand to be one. And I was like, how bad can Twitter be? And then I just brought up like a load of my old tweets from when I was promoting comedy shows, and like they was like, "Oh, no, don't post anything. Don't acknowledge that you're here." I got fired from that job. I was pretty happy.
I keep forgetting that people actually go to class in person in some places in the world. Like, my university classes have been all online this year. Our elementary and high schools have just switched back to online. Remember last week when I was excited because I got to go out and drink? Yeah, no, we're under lockdown again.
Yeah, we're about to. Well, we're technically out of full lockdown now. We'll be back to. I think beer gardens open in April, right, Nick? Correct me if I'm wrong. You're the only one who would know that.
April 12th.
How glad are you guys that
That's
soon
what I thought it was.
that soon old people will be able to go back out again? They're all vaccinated.
I'm actually very glad about that fact, because now that the fucking old people are vaccinated, I'll feel less guilty if I cough in public. I'm like, look, right? If you give me shifty looks when I cough, if you give me shifty looks when I do one cough because I've got a sore throat because I had caffeine.
Jack.
Now you've got no excuse.
You've
got no excuse because you're vaccinated. So even if I coughed in your mouth, you still wouldn't get it.
Jack, I'm just gonna say, if I was still in England, I'd be going around going, Brexit, betrayed the youth.
Instead of
Oh my god,
instead of spitting
fires in my back garden.
If there's ever like a pandemic event when I'm like 60, I will just straight up walk around and be like, I survived COVID without the vaccine. I'll survive this one without the vaccine.
Are you excited? Are you excited to become?
Spit in my mouth. It's cough in my mouth now.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know whether to tell this story now. Actually,
if I get vaccinated, will I get like super autism?
I have a story there, but
no, Jack, it'll just make you normal.
To be fair, actually, I think I already have super autism because I had a bunch of vaccines as a kid.
I didn't take any of my vaccines to go to Vietnam, and then I'm pretty sure I got like a very mild case of malaria.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to weigh up your options. Do you want malaria or autism?
But like, it wasn't because I'm anti-vaccination. I'm just anti me having to go do things, and I just never got around to it. And then suddenly I was having to move to Vietnam, and I was like, well, I might die, but I've paid £500 to. I'm not gonna get on the plane.
Dejan getting a vaccine is like raising the sensitivity level by 5 in Minecraft until the point where it's almost unplayable.
Why is there a fire in your backyard?
Every time he gets a vaccine, it just increases the level of dyspraxia until he can no longer like. It's like it becomes Octodad Dadliest Catch, and he's just like fucking rolling around on the floor.
Is it like a purposeful fire, or is it like, something's burning? I don't know what the fuck it is, but something's burning.
Like that one Rose is a Red poem.
That
Where
brother's
it's like,
now
Rose is a
distracting me.
red.
Hold on, I'm going to send this picture to the Discord.
Rose is a red.
That's
The
my-
grass is red. The trees are red. Fuck, my garden's on fire.
This has been a good episode. I'm quite happy with this.
Anyway,
That's
this
a
is
big
part-
fucking fire.
Oh, I've not seen you up ever in a long time.
They put white spirit on it, that's why.
Ah.
Fucking lunatics.
I don't
Yeah,
think white
he
spirit
doesn't-
is
That's right
God.
now.
He doesn't have as much of an afro
That's right
anymore.
now, that's happening live.
He doesn't have much of an afro anymore.
Motherfuckers left the sticker on the incinerator, so now they've got a sticker on fire on the side. Oh, Jesus Christ, is my bedroom window open?
Fuck. I used to live in an apartment that had like a backyard area, and we had a fire pit, and it was. Oh, Vicky, do you remember sitting in the bed of Delilah's truck by the fire, getting fucking wasted, and then climbing up the fire escape and climbing in Luke's window?
I love
Hey
an
guys,
earlier.
guess what? I'm gonna have to call it there because there's cardboard in here that they need to burn, so I'm gonna have to.
I love
Wow,
that earlier on.
so much smoke.
I love that earlier on in the podcast I joked about Nick's family having separation anxiety. Now they've started a fire to get him.
Smoking
I'm
him
just
in.
I'm gonna disconnect my video for like 2 seconds and turn it on my phone just to.
Okay.
It's like a smoke signal. They're summoning him. Stop wafting it to.
Rafa, you
Rafa's-
have a very nice bedroom.
Rafa's bed with her squishmallows is now Nick.
Oh, I am Nick.
Did a little switcheroo.
No, your
Oh, no, it's
bedroom
fixing
was. Your bedroom was.
Yes.
That's just.
Fire.
That's a significant amount of smoke.
Yeah, Nick, you don't have to end the podcast here. Just you can have a few.
Anyway,
This
it's
is
been fun.
awoken the. I want to burn something.
Okay.
Enjoy finishing the podcast without me. Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to burn something now.
How's this happened? Okay. For some reason, Rafa, just stay on that side of the video and we're okay. just say where you are and you're okay. I can't really explain what's happened.
I think I've seen it before happening where like it's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stay on this side.
Vicky Reese said, "You remember
Oh,
that
well,
crazy
Deja,
girl I
you're
made
using-
out with one of those fire times? I think of her sometimes."
Deja,
Crazy?
you put the
What? What crazy? Oh, the crazy chick! I remember her.
Deja on the P&D things in the middle of the screen.
Oh no.
Yeah, I see it too.
It's not P&D.
There you go.
Speaking of P&D, everyone make sure you go and listen to the P&D cast. Also on our Spotify.
Yeah. Also on our Twitch.
Follow me on Twitch. Please, follow me on Twitch. I just want affiliate. I'm at 38 at this point. I'm getting really close to affiliate.
That's pretty
Give me
exciting.
clout.
I'm 19 now, which I'm pretty proud of.
3 times as many people have liked my TikTok video as have followed me ever on
Hmm.
Twitch. And I've been doing Twitch for 6 times longer. More than that, actually. I've done a TikTok 12 hours ago versus I started Twitch 6 months ago.
Anyway, I think
Already 3 times the number of people have interacted with my TikTok as they have with my stream, and yet still.
I think we should look to wrapping up now.
If I don't want to, Dejan.
What?
If I
Then
don't
you
want
can
to
just-
wrap up.
you can just stay
what if I
here.
You wanna-
streaming?
Jack, you want to stream something?
No, I'm busy after this. I was just
Yeah.
doing a bit.
Yeah, I was just
okay.
like, I'm pretty sure it was Jack that said he had a hard cutoff.
Yeah, it is. I have a D&D session in like 15 minutes. It was actually Nick had to cut off at past. I had to cut off at 1:45. But
Nick
gonna do,
almost
like, 5
missed.
more minutes.
Nick almost did a little extra few minutes, and then they started a fire to get him.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
like the My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark music video, except
That's-
without Fallout Boy.
that
So
is funny,
inevitably less cool.
I
Hey,
really
thanks for watching Podcast Without a
Yeah.
Purpose.
You're the outro man.
We have a Rafa, we have an Ivory, we have a Dejan, we have a me, we have a Nick. All of us, if anyone who's watching at this point knows what our socials are. If you don't, why?
You don't know Rafa and
Vicky
Iris.
doesn't know Nyx.
RIP Hyde.
Nick can suffer for leaving early. I'm not plugging his shit. It's there in the Twitch chat. Vicky's been here this entire time. She knows his username.
Anyway.
Follow me. Follow Dejan. Follow Nick. Follow Rafa on Twitter at dreamt_cabbage.
That's not me.
Dreamt underscore, is it just dreamt cabbage?
Who is Dreamt Cabbage?
Follow Ivory on Twitch. Ivory Rose Cat, but it's cat with a K. Listen to us on Spotify. Listen to Plap Cunts. Well, not on a shirt
I want
still.
one of those shirts. I also want that on a shirt.
Thanks for watching.
That
Vicky,
would be a
and
very Plap
thank
merchandise.
You, everyone, for coming.
Yeah.
Very
Hey.
Pog.
It was
Pog
fun.
champ.
There you go. And stop.